Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Better Than Starting Manned. We are in orbit around Kerbal and we have our departure vector planned and ready to roll. I actually got quite fortunate when planning it. Didn't take a huge... I had to spend a lot of time waiting for things to orbit, but at this stage a 32 million meter periapsis is plenty... It's an encounter. It's close enough for me to adjust when we get close. And that'll do. Yeah, that's all we need. We just need to be in the ballpark. Is that running? Oh yeah, here we go. Just make use of our ability to rotate at speed here. We'll switch to RCS if it gets too close. We're going to need at least I say a 5-minute burn. So we're going to burn at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. We're going to be pretty close with this rotation. Alright, and we'll stop right there. And we'll switch to RCS when we're around the planet. But yes, it is departure to Gilly time. And also bonus science from Eve, which hopefully will be enough for us to purchase the pressure-safe probe core. That's my goal for this mission, is the pressure-safe probe core. 2 minutes and 30 seconds coming up. A few little puffs of RCS. Oh, have I disabled this tank? I did. Alright, a couple little puffs, and then... Here we go. Stabilization on. RCS on. Engines on. Here we go. Forward to Gilly. Well, okay, forward to Eve. Gilly being the actual stop, but... Right now, right at this instant, it's all about the getting to the planetary system that the moon we want is actually in. We'll try and do a better job of orienting our ship to actually encounter Gilly on the way in this time. It's going to be a long burn, though. Very long burn. I suppose we mostly care about it once it's actually out in the Kerbal system. We don't really need to monitor it until we're quite far into the burn. Full throttle on the engines. Lots of fuel is in the tanks. This is a good ship. I'm pretty happy with this design. Might have been a little late on the actual burn start. But yeah, it was pretty close to... It was a little over 5 minutes. Or no, was it closer? No, it was closer to 4 minutes from the looks of it. Okay, well that's alright too. We're still pretty close to being on the right angle. And we're coming up into the million meter mark. Which puts us not even a quarter of the way to the moon. Come on, ship, burn, burn, burn. Take us to Gilly. We just need the enough of RCS to keep us stable. The reaction wheel will also help with that, but minute 40 to go. Still a long ways to go. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Alright. go. 15 seconds. And of course, the most important part of the burn happens in the last 30 seconds. As always. What is it? 3.5 minutes to the moon, 4 minutes to anywhere else in the universe. Here we go. Exponential increase in effectiveness begins. Here we go. It'll be coming out soon. Almost there. I'm hovering over the engine control keys here. Here it comes. Not a whole lot longer left now. It's not long. A little more. A little more. And boop. That's not exactly the one I hoped for, but we're not going to burn any more for fear of losing it. As usual, we can tweak that when we get closer. And that's all that really matters. Alright, let's do a quick save. We're facing the sun, we have a stable charge, so let's go to the Space Center. Oh, hold on. First, let's go to the map. No, I already deleted the burn. To the Space Center, and then onwards with a time warp. Via the Space Center, which is one of the reasons I quick saved before loading back up here. Here we go. So we should see the ship start spitting out of the Kerbal system here shortly. Here it goes. Full speed ahead. Onwards to Gilly. Well, okay, onwards to Eve. As I've said a couple times this episode, we're not actually going to Gilly first, we're going to Eve first. Alright, and at this point we're going to cut inside of Eve's orbit, and I think this will be an excellent time to go in and actually fly the ship again. Because we won't be long until we're actually in Eve's sphere of influence. Where are we? Okay, we are apparently needing to do a slight adjustment to our orbit here. Or I missed. I'm not sure which. Okay. Oops. Let's see if we can actually get a... Let's see, closest approach. I must have had a glitch. Let me see. Do a retro burn. No, that's not good. Okay. A minus 800 will get us an encounter, but much too late. I might have to reload if I overshot things here a little too much. Or I could burn normal. Okay, apparently our orbits are slightly off from one another. Okay, up a little more. Our closest approaches are pretty I mean, I should be looking at an orbit right now. Huh. Okay. So our closest approach must be just off a little. Let's see. Okay, we'll slow it down. No, we'll need to speed up a little. Oh, this is way off. Okay. Reloading. This is what I get for overshooting my target points. You know, live and learn. This is one of the reasons why I make quick saves, is that should not have happened. The only reason it did was because I was sloppy. Alright, let's try that one more time. And we'll just take a moment. I think what happened was it's one of those rounding errors you get when you cross SOI boundaries. Alright, so Gilly probe with your lovely little... Oh, your even counter is gone. Okay, that's part of the problem right there. Or maybe it's not. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, even counter right there at the end. So just past the periapse is our even counter. Oh, I see. I see. That's my mistake. It's rounding error that's occurring as I leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. Well, I could still fix it now. We're missing by almost nothing. If I just set a nice little... Let me see. Let me see. What kind of encounter are we getting? 72, 83, 71. I actually don't want to adjust the normal, because if I come in at an odd angle, I will wind up yeah, if I come in at an odd angle, I will wind up in a more polar orbit around Eve, which hopefully will translate to an easier polar orbit around Gilly. You never know. Can't hurt. Okay. Just doing a very, very gentle burn right now. I know it's a lot early, but it honestly should not matter under these circumstances. Hopefully that's close enough. Whoops. Of course, that's what happens when you leave the ship not facing the right direction. You start killing the batteries. It's close enough to work with, I think. And I think we might have to supervise this one. See how we do with sun angle here. So far, so good. Okay, and that's stabilized, which is good news as well. I know I don't technically need to do this, but I just, with having missed this once, I just don't want to have to do it again. Darn rounding errors, I tell ya. here we go. Nice fast rotation thanks to little special time warp. Ooh, look at all that power we're getting from this thing. Okay. Here we go. We're going fast now. Now here we come anyways. Just about to the point where we're going to have to do... Oh, God, stupid math. It must be just so close. Alright, seriously, is there something we can do just to adjust our orbit ever so slightly? That looks like it would do it. A small, normal burn. Alright, well, let's swing around and let's do a short, normal burn to try and get us... I mean, we're going to have to do some of this burn anyways. Obviously, we're not quite on the right trajectory yet. 18-second burn, which we can do pretty much any time here. So the whole point of it is to try and clear out some of the issues we're having with our Eve encounter. Oh my gosh. Stupid bloody math. Alright. Let's just give it a try. See, here's our Eve encounter right here. There it is. It's settling down. But good God, does it ever think it's... There we go. Okay. We are officially in Eve's area of influence. And now we can actually make this thing stabilize. Let's transmit that whole 24 science home. We'll set a little burn here. And we will retro our way into orbit. A nice wide orbit, which hopefully will result in a intersecting orbit with Gilly. We'll see. We'll see. This is going to require a little finesse to make it happen. Set as target. Okay. There's a possibility we could pull this off. But we'll see. We're coming in almost 90 degrees from Gilly's orbit, so it's going to require a little bit of fuss to really make this work. But our focus is Gilly. We need Gilly for this, not Eve. The bloody hard to get to planet it is. Okay, are we going to be able to survive 15 hours without proper... Oh, no, we're charging. We've got enough sun to charge now. Okay. Actually interesting just how far it is to this node. There's Eve. Right up there. 2-minute burn. 3, 2, 1. Less than an hour. You want to burn... Oh, crap. Every day I forget to fix this... There's a power reset I have to do on this monitor of mine. I know it's coming up quite regularly lately, but it's worth mentioning. Yeah, one of these days I will have to get a new one of these and make sure I do my burn at the right moment. Here we go. Orbit burn. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, more than just around half a tank left. We'll take less than half a tank to pull this off. We're not burning right down to Eve, so it should be okay. The hardest part will be seeing how long it's going to take to get an actual encounter with Gilly here. But the hope is that if I tweak my orbit around right, I should get an eventual encounter with the target world. So, okay, so far we've gotten 24 science off of this. Let's see if we can make that a little bit more. Yeah. So the hope is that Gilly will make a nice wide orbit as I'm coming towards it here, and I can pull this apoapsis up closer, keep this nice wide orbit. I want to keep my orbit intersecting Eve here, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. It's one of the reasons why I've created such a wide orbit. I probably should have tweaked it on my way in, but yeah, we're coming in just outside of. Yeah, it might take a little doing, but I think we can get an encounter with Gilly with a little bit of finagling, finesse and fiddling. 54 seconds, and hopefully we can do it through without using too much fuel, because we are getting a little rough on the fuel department. So it's just a little more expensive than I had hoped to come into Eve territory. Well, here we go. We're about to lose our solar orbit. Goodbye, sun. Goodbye. And shrinking her down. And we just need something that will get an orbit that will wind up with us close by to Gilly, which is going to sort of depend on its orbital period compared with my orbital period. Fortunately, we have all the time in the world as far as electric charge goes, so we can afford to be patient. Alright. Okay, kill that. SAS off, RCS off. And let's time warp our way into something a little bit more. Oh, really? Are we going to be that close? Alright, let's just see here. Is this really coming as close as I think it is? Because if it is... Okay. Alright, keep slowing down. Alright, we've overshot. But we are close. Holy smokes, we're close. Let's see, we're close enough that we could probably justify a little... Aha! Look at that. We are close. Okay, how are we going to do this? We're missing it by 4,000 kilometers. That's actually not very much in spatial standards. If we twisted the orbit a little. And then... Are we getting closer? Yes, we are. Look at that. 1,000. We can do this. There it is, right there. And that is where we will do our actual orbital burn, right there. That gets us an encounter. Then we just have to make good use of said encounter. Alright, everyone. This is it. If this works the way I hope. Ooh, and I was time warping while setting that up. That was a risky maneuver. So 1 minute and 3 seconds worth of burning to get our encounter with Gilly. Not ideal, but if this fails, we can always reload and try a different tactic. It means we're not going to get a close pass on Eve. We don't have the fuel to go into Eve's gravity well and then come back out again. That's okay. So we're going to burn at T-minus 30, like right now. And twist our orbit to encounter Gilly. Again, as I say, not the most efficient thing I could be doing right now, but getting this science is kind of important, and we do have another tank. Really, the biggest worry is being able to get the science tools into orbit, which hopefully we will be able to do. If this doesn't work, we'll try a different... Yeah, if we run out of fuel, we'll try a different tactic after a reload. Because we do have... Regardless of what happens, as long as we have enough fuel to achieve the orbit, we have enough fuel to get into... to land. Because we have that nice, very... Okay. Good enough. Another 5. And not gonna overrate Gilly. Gilly? Question mark? No. Alright, let's see what happens. We're going in. We have a very narrow window for our orbital burn here. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, good. Temperature scan. Transmit. Add maneuver. We have to do a couple hundred. Hold on. Come on. What's going on? What's going on? We are in orbit around Gilly, right? Alright. Holy crap. Do we even have enough fuel to do this? I doubt it. Holy smokes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What the heck is... Okay, something is severely wrong with my math here right now. I warped across the border, didn't I? Yes, I did. Let's try that one more time, because something is severely wrong there. What the heck happened? Let's try that again, this time without the oops on the warp. There was obviously a fairly serious calculation error. Also might just be we have so little time in orbit around Gilly, the math almost doesn't matter. Alright, there's the Gilly periaps. Alright, we just need to make sure... Okay, Gilly escape. How much time do we have? Like minutes, mere minutes. So we do need to start doing some retro burning now. Alright, no, it has to be a retro in Gilly SOI. Okay, come on. $18 seconds to the crossover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Get that temperature scan. Whoops. Alright, well, suffice to say that this is where we need to burn if we want to get into orbit around Gilly. Now, whether or not that's even going to happen is another question entirely. But let's full throttle the engines and find out. I don't even know if we have enough fuel left to do the job here. It's going to be touch and go, that's for sure. "53 seconds. Okay, our escape time is increasing, which is good news. That means we are turning this into an orbit somehow. Just ignore the numbers I did. We're just going to have to watch what the orbit does and take it from there. It's going to be tight, though. Gilly's a weird one, because it's such a weird little planet. I'm not even sure if I'm doing the right burn to get into Gilly's orbit in an optimal manner here. But I do know that I do not have enough fuel to pull this off, which is unfortunate. Which means I might have to go back and take a different tactic at this. Certainly not looking good. So what we're trying to do is break orbit from... Alright, yeah, not even close. Using RCS now, and it's not going to be nearly enough. To pull this off, I don't think. Okay,